My illustrious greetings to the entire Triumvirate. I hope all is well, for I feel that all is at peace, and I hope the feeling is mutual between us all. Many great things have happened recently, and I wish to share our prosperity further, so we are now in a stage of great media developments to bring those near and far closer to the Triumvirate, so we may share our success. First, allow me to explain a few things regarding the administrative branch. Clan leaders, this is yours, for you to do what you want with. This branch is for you to speak with fellow clan leaders, work together, ask for help, and start a larger community. Many of you have joined, but are simply not active on the administration. Join and help us create a better community so that we may begin having some great events and activities that will assist and unite all of your clans. The administrative branch is your link to the government. We want you to be close to the government. I'm sure you do too. So this is your part, to join the government. Now allow me to address some more serious issues at hand, such as the work our intelligence department, directed by the very talented Essentia, has been focusing on. Recently, intelligence has been critical, which is why we have put out a series of funds from our financial department, headed by Stavrock, to keep it stable and running smoothly. These have been working extraordinarily well, and intelligence remains their current priority with the exception to media. Intelligence work is of great value to us, which is why Essentia has stated that he will have at least 30 intelligence workers in the field within the next month, focusing on what requires the most attention. Now you may be wondering why media is so important at this time. Our newly instated head of media, Nuclear W, has been planning several projects to strengthen our media and recruiting. His plans include bringing many of the smaller clans into the Triumvirate through sources not on the wiki. One of our greatest goals has always been to support these small clans and assist them with anything they may need. Another idea that has come to mind is the possibility of a greater news system, to keep all clans and Triumvirate members intertwined and up to date on everything occurring with the Triumvirate socially, politically, economically, and all other factions that may be of interest. These ideas are still in process, but this could prove to be the start of a new era. Media is very crucial to our goals because we wish to make a large and supportive community that put out a large amount of advertisements. Now there are some large policy changes I wish to be making shortly, and I will do everything I can to make sure these happen. Now that we have reworked both criminal and financial policy to make them more suitable to the public interest, I believe the next logical step must be our foreign policy. Now we have historically had respectable foreign and diplomatic prowess. We gained very few enemies, but there are still some critical things missing. First, we must make our own executives work better as images of our strong, illustrious union. This means they must be polite, thoughtful, and respectful. What one executive does will now be marking the entire Triumvirate. The executives are images of the Triumvirate. Second, Etty at the head of the diplomatic department has been launching some large efforts in strengthening our alliances and forging new ones with several very large and several very small clans. Now allow me to tell you something that brings true sadness to my heart. Our great head of finance, Stavrock, who has served with us since the near beginning, will be leaving us shortly. Many of his great feats will be remembered. He is responsible for many great things that have come to us, such as the many intelligence funds, the financial and administrative bills that have been passed, which he played a critical role in, and of course, our very own economic manager. He will be remembered for his socialist standpoint in making all the clans and government equal, his wish to empower the clans and make them own the government compared to the government owning the clans, and of course, his wishes to make the entire executive branch work together to get things done compared to arguing, which was a very important thing in our administrative bill. He will be gravely missed. We face very few issues these days, but the one and most serious problem is our members. We have a decreasing amount of members, which is a very serious issue for us to deal with. The executive branch has launched a series of member gathering efforts, but it has come down to three things: management, diplomacy, and media. I will be putting a large stress on each of these executives in the coming weeks to enforce it gets done. It would also be a large contribution if all clans could assist us in getting others to rally to our cause, such as your friends and allies, and build a greater community. A government is weak without the people, as the people are weak without the government. I would like to conclude this statement with perhaps the most interesting and important thing I must address. As many of you know, our very first military representative, a man I had great faith in, Anarchy Dawes, vanished months ago. Now, however, he has returned and is interested again in rejoining the executives. When he served with us before, he was of great insight, and I considered him to be one of the best men I ever worked with in my history with this union. His judgment and advice were of great value to the entire triumvirate. Now his return is well welcomed. His cunning and intelligence in military situations is very valuable to our efforts. He has already taken the constitutional test and now sent me his statement, which I shall be giving to the executive branch shortly. It appears our luck is beginning to turn, finding a trustable and respectable military representative, gathering very many large clients to our cause, and the executive branch is working exactly as it should, quickly, efficiently, and effectively. Thank you all.